Hi, this is Zak Mir with the US Chartbreakers here at Zak's Traders Cafe for Wednesday, the 19th of March. Starting off with the S&P, where 5700 seems to be the difficult area to break. We're looking for that to be broken because that was the old October-November support. Above that, looking for the 50-day moving average. And the broken price channel there towards 5900, which obviously at the moment seems to be a long way away. We do need to retest to the downside. Worst case at the moment is 5400, the old September support, but ideally we'd hit that support line projection from back in December towards 5500. RSI at 37, so still leaves scope for another hook down towards the 55 zone. On to the Nasdaq 100, and here obviously echoing what we're seeing at the moment on the S&P, and here support line projection there from December, that's running towards 19,000. And that's probably the destination for this market while we remain below the initial resistance of this week at 19,900. Best case here, I suppose, is a return back to the initial 2025 support there for this market, 20,500. Moving on to the stocks and starting off with Euroseas, which has gapped up through its 50-day moving average. Here we've got a situation where we're hoping for the stock to make progress within the rising trend channel base that I'm just drawing at the moment. That's heading towards $33. We're looking for that by the end of this month, while we remain above yesterday's support there, 28.40. Moving along to the stock which is interesting in the sense that there's finally a turnaround here. Actually also a stock which I've met on its trip to London, which is very interesting. Here we've got a situation where Brazil Potash breaking recent neckline resistance there at $3. Above that, looking for the 50-day moving average at $4.36, hopefully by the end of this month. But it looks like the bear run there has finally ended. Next up is Heidmar, and here you can see that there was much charting information to go on, but we do have the initial support here for the shares at $2.20, and the latest resistance there for 78, while we're above the 220 area, looking for a retest of the resistance of last week through towards the $4.80 mark. Moving along to a stock I don't think we've covered before, Lycian Energy, and here a situation where we closed sharply above a rising 50-day moving average, which is normally a decent signal. Here you can see that we've got a rising trend channel that has its top of the range, basically from the end of January, heading towards $12, and we're looking at $12 while we're above recent resistance there around $6.75. Next up is NFT Limited, which is also trying to get off the ground, or at least recover its poise after the rather tough bear run it's been in. Here you can see that we've got support line projection there from back in January, and the top of the falling trend channel heading for $3, which is what we're looking for by the end of this month, while we remain above recent broken resistance at $2.30. The next stock is NextDecade, and here another stock pushing through a rising 50-day moving average. Here the situation is that we had the gap higher back in November, and that leaves us in a rising trend channel, which one can draw from the last summer, basically, top of the channel there, heading for $11, which we're looking for by the end of next month, while we remain above the 50-day line, just below the $8 level. Moving along to Park, and here stock really trying to motor at the moment. The problem is that we don't have much charting information to go on, but we can take a guess at what the top of the channel would be, and hence what the destination of the stock would be, and that would appear to be something along the lines of what I've drawn at the moment, so heading towards $16, while we're above recent broken resistance at just above the $9 level. Moving along to the next situation, which is Real Messenger, and here another situation where we punctured the 50-day line with a rising trend channel that we can draw from back in December. The top of the channel is the hopeful destination of this stock by the end of this month, hopefully, at $3, and that's valid while we hold above the 50-day line, $1.92. We covered the next stock yesterday, so it's obviously made some decent progress. In fact, it's blown the lights off our target that we had there at $27, above $27, looking for obviously the shares to retest that spike back in July towards $32. After that, we can take a view. The last two coming up now. The first one is Team, and here another stock pushing through a rising 50-day moving average. Got a rising trend channel here, which has been in place since last summer. At top of the channel there, as high as $26. Looking for that maybe by the end of next month, but obviously the initial resistance here around the $19 mark. So let's see if we can get through that over the next week or two. Ideally, we have end of day closes above that 50-day line from now on at $16.26. Finishing off with USA Rare Earth, which I suppose should be flavor of the month at the moment, given the geopolitical situation and other factors. Here we've got a rebound off a falling support line there. Current situation is that we're looking for the shares to hopefully hit the top of that triangle there in the $22 area, while we're above recent resistance at $15. That's it for me today. More updates tomorrow.